What's up everyone, OJ here with the Player Essence EX channel, and I'm here to talk about Sony and the holiday this year. There's been some very interesting developments with one of Sony's biggest partners when it comes to their pretty much big holiday game this year that they're pushing, and that is Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, the recent allegations that have came out about Activision Blizzard are really bad, and with Bobby Kotick, all of that is really bad, and I'm putting together a video where I'm going to talk about it more, either on the main Player Essence channel or on this channel as well. I haven't really decided, but I wanted to make sure that I gathered all of the information and talked about it more. But the reason why I'm talking about Sony in relation to that, because earlier Jim Ryan actually reached out to Activision and was asking them about this and what's going on and what you're going to do, because the big holiday game for Sony this year that Sony's pushing is Call of Duty Vanguard. They have an exclusive deal with them. So obviously when you're embroiled in all of this, I would say, controversy and all of these problems, and then you have the game that you're doing associated with this company that's going through all of these problems, when you're PlayStation, when you're the PS5, when you're Sony, you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, we have a little bit of a mini disaster on our hands here, because this is the game that we're pushing and it's associated with this company. So I'm not blaming Sony for anything when it comes down to it. They didn't do anything wrong, but there's definitely some issues here. But it brings up another good point, which I wanted to talk about on this channel. Now, I've enjoyed the PlayStation 5 exclusives. I've enjoyed my PS5 playing some games here and there. I have Miles Morales. I have Hades. That game is fantastic on there. I have Returnal as well, Ratchet and Clank. I think there's a number of great games on the system. However, when it comes to exclusives for the holiday this year, it's actually pretty light, to the point to where it's almost non-existent with major games. Now, we all know what happened with Horizon. It got delayed, they needed more time for it, and it's coming out next year. So I completely understand that. But now with this whole crisis that's going on with Activision, Sony's sitting here with pretty much no major game for the holiday season. And I wanted to ask you guys if that is an issue. Is that going to be a big problem for PlayStation this holiday? And I'm going to pretty much answer it in two parts here, from my own perspective and just as a gamer, then also from the analytical and business side. So let's start with the business side first and foremost. Is that going to hurt? I think that no. Honestly, when it comes to the console sales, is it really going to hurt Sony? No. The PlayStation 5 is still in demand by a lot. There are still people that want this system, and things aren't getting any easier or better. Sony did announce that the chip shortage is really affecting them, the manufacturing is affecting them, and they're actually going to have to lower things when it comes down to it. So they're going to have even less PlayStations than they thought that they were going to have for the holiday, which is going to make it more in demand, which is going to increase the amount of scalpers, which is not going to have a lot of systems out there. So even if your system doesn't have a big exclusive for the holiday like Microsoft and Nintendo have with their games, you can still be in demand. You're still going to have people rushing out. You're still going to have the Jake Randalls of the world doing streams. Shout outs to Jake Randall. Make sure you go watch his channel if you want to get an Xbox or a PlayStation this holiday, or a Switch OLED too. But yeah, you're still going to have these people doing streams and talk about trying to buy the system and trying to do all these different things, because it's still in demand. There's still probably millions of people who can't get one that want one. So overall, from a business in terms of console selling wise, no, it's not going to hurt the PlayStation brand. They're going to be just fine, and people are going to snap up all of those systems, whether to resell them or whether just to have people buy them. Regardless, they're going to be in demand. So that's something that we need to just make sure that we get out of there. Now, however, there's the other side from it. There's the gamer side that has actually picked up a PlayStation. Now, here's the thing. With the PlayStation 5 so far, if you enjoy a lot of great third-party games, then I think the PlayStation 5 is definitely a great system for that. Now, a lot of those games are also on the PlayStation 4, so you don't necessarily need the PlayStation 5 to play some of these great games like Tales of Arise or Scarlet Nexus or even Call of Duty or any of these other games, even some that they're pushing with Sony with Call of Duty and stuff. You don't necessarily need a PS5 for that, but you get a lot of benefits and enhancements that as a core gamer, I definitely want. Like if I'm going to play Tales of Arise, I want it in the best quality that I can get it, and that's going to be one of the current gen systems over the last gen system of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So I'm going to get it on the PS5, but it's not like I needed to. I still have other systems that I could have played it on or whatever the case is. So as a gamer, what I'm looking forward to are those really cool big exclusives that are going to push the hardware. They're going to push something unique or innovative to me as the consumer. I loved what they did with some parts of Ratchet and Clank. There were some things that were really cool about that game, but that's a big exclusive to really get fans of the PlayStation brand excited. Returnal, which is the game that I really love on my PlayStation 5, probably my most played game, my most loved game on the PlayStation 5 is Returnal. That game is something that, yeah, you can really push that. It's a big game. People are excited about it. There's really cool things with the SSD. I mean, it's a fantastic game overall, and that is a game for core gamers to get excited about. And during the holiday, you don't have that. You have the casual game that's more for the mass appeal of Call of Duty, which doesn't necessarily bring a lot of hype or excitement or even a high review score to the mix here. Not that review scores are everything, but obviously Returnal and Ratchet and Clank are looked at as the more impressive and better games for the core gamers. So as a gamer myself, seeing how sparse things are, or pretty much non-existent when it comes to big first-party games for Sony this year, when Nintendo and Microsoft are rolling out multiple big games, that is a bit unfortunate. And I think that it's something that I guess maybe Sony didn't necessarily plan for, but it also seems very interesting that they put out Returnal and Ratchet so close to each other within that month's gap there, few months or so they put them out. I thought maybe they probably would have waited for one of those games. I was actually saying beforehand that I felt that they were going to wait more towards the end of the year or fall-ish for Ratchet and Clank as they get more systems so they can kind of get more people to buy the game at launch and not have it sit there on the shelves because people can't find PlayStation 5s, but they just said, nope, we're going to get Returnal out, which was delayed from when it was supposed to come out, and we're going to go ahead and get Ratchet and Clank out. And as you play some of these games, you can kind of see that they're thinking, man, we can't really delay it anymore. There's some issues here and there, but we can't delay it any more than what it actually is. So really, this video is split into two when it comes down to it. As a gamer, I think that, yeah, it is a bit of an issue that Sony does not have some type of big first-party game for me to enjoy on my PlayStation 5. Horizon was supposed to be that game, but obviously that game has been moved to next year. But they didn't have any type of backup game too, you know? So for example, if for some reason, you know, like Forza didn't come out this year, well, they had Halo multiplayer, which is free, Microsoft, and they also have the Halo campaign, which is coming. You know, Nintendo has theirs with Shin Megami Tensei 5 as an exclusive, Pokemon as well, Mario Party, Metroid Dread, so there's games there. So I would have just loved to see at least one more exclusive that Sony had planned that can line up for the holiday. I understand that there's COVID and there's things that there's really prohibiting the games. I just wanted to talk about it from both perspectives, from the gamer side and PlayStation fans that I even follow and see saying, well, I mean, there's not really a lot for the holiday. I mean, I guess you can roll with Call of Duty, you can roll with Battlefield, you can roll with some of these third-party games, but it would have been nice to have some type of big or even somewhat big, you know, PlayStation exclusive for the holiday. I know the physical edition of Kenna, I mean, if you haven't picked up that, there is that, even though the game came out a little bit ago. So there are a few things here and there. It's not like it's bad or there's absolutely nothing to play. It just would have been nice as from the gamer angle to get that. Now, if you're talking about from the business side of things, they're going to be completely fine. Like I stated before, Sony has so much demand for the PlayStation 5, it's not even funny. They can't meet the demand. People want this system. People want to play the games that came out a year ago. People want to play stuff like Demon's Souls. They want to play the Little Big Planet game, which is also on PlayStation 4 as well, but they might want to experience it on PS5. They want to play some of those games that already came out, or even like Miles Morales on the PlayStation 5, which Sony is advertising with the newest Spider-Man movie as well. So people do want to enjoy those on the PS5 and can't even get one in order to do that. And the system just in other markets is just even tough because of the price of the system in itself. So there's a lot of issues across the board. So from both sides there, I can kind of see it and I understand, but I think that Sony's going to have definitely a better 2022. I think that 2022 is going to be a good year because they're going to have God of War. I think that game's still going to come out 2022. I think that Horizon, that's going to be pretty good. And there's going to be some other surprises and some other games that come out that should be impressive on the PlayStation 5 hardware, as well as more Japanese developers kind of get into the mix here. And we can kind of see what's going on with Forspoken from Square Enix, also Final Fantasy 16 from Square Enix. So I think that next year is probably going to be a bit of a better better year overall. It just would have been nice if it ended on a bang like we've seen from some of the other companies, but that's okay. That's why we have multiple platforms. That's why there's a lot of different games to play, and I'm pretty sure if you don't have that big PlayStation 5 game, there's probably something you missed throughout this year, whether it's Scarlet Nexus or Tales or some of these other games. Maybe you missed out on Deathloop or some of these other titles that have came out that you can pick up backwards compatible. I know Psychonauts is there as well, so it's not like there isn't anything to play when it comes to games on the PlayStation platform. But those are my thoughts on it when it comes to the PlayStation 5, and if it's an issue that there isn't a big holiday game or so this year. I looked at it from both sides there. What are your thoughts? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.